Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of 52 Weeks Older and Wiser. I'm so glad to have you here and for you to be going on this journey with me. Last week, we talked a little bit about flexibility and stretching. So that was addressing the physical part of wellness and aging. And today I want to talk about emotional wellness and kind of in the form of stress management. So obviously we are all feeling probably a ton of stress right now with the lingering COVID pandemic and just kind of the uncertainty that's going on in the world right now. So we're probably feeling a lot of stress, but aging in particular is a time of increased stress for a lot of people. Things like, a potential decline in health, declines maybe in levels of independence, changes in family relationships, maybe even just the fact that you're having too much unstructured time. So maybe you're not working or volunteering or going to events quite as much as you used to. So that kind of time that's not used up can become a little bit stressful. You don't know what to do with yourself, or you feel like you should be doing something and so you're not, and then that makes you stressful. There could also be a lot of financial changes that are happening. Maybe if you're retired, you're not bringing in a regular income like you were for so many years, and so you're having to work on a fixed income. So anyway, it's a time of a lot of stress for a lot of people, but it can manifest itself in several different ways. So if you think about stress, it can cause muscle tension, headaches, not sleeping well. You could have indigestion and stomach problems. You can have poor concentration, anxiety, overeating, undereating. All of those things can be symptoms of stress. Another thing to think about with stress and aging is that a lot of times people who are older adults, 65 plus, say, are managing multiple health conditions. And when you're managing multiple health conditions, your body is already in a state of kind of stress because you have other health concerns that are going on, perhaps diabetes or high blood pressure. And then when you add in stress of, say, financial stress or stress around family relationships, then you're adding more stress on top of an already kind of compromised system. So all of this is just to get to the fact that stress can actually increase with age, and it's something that I would implore you to be aware of and start doing things right now to manage stress whenever it comes up in your life, whether that is around finances or, changing in your mobility or your physical abilities, or changes in things like vision and hearing and your relationship with your children and those kinds of things. All of those are stressful. And if you start to think about it right now, you can figure out what strategies work best for you in combating the stress. So I know in previous vlogs, I've talked about things like sleep management and stretching and breathing. All three of those things are excellent for managing stress. So one other thing, since I've already talked about those, that I want to kind of drop on you now is the idea of mindfulness. And research has actually shown that when older adults practice mindfulness, whether it's through meditation or through positive self-talk, through kind of maybe even gratitude journaling, you know, it can actually have a positive impact on stress management and stress levels. So I am going to include some different resources on mindfulness, as well as some articles on the impact of stress on aging in the description below. I would really encourage you to check those out. And I will also include links to the vlogs that I did on breathing and sleep and flexibility, because those are 3 tools that you could add to your resources to help you when you're in a stressful situation. Of course, I think the mindfulness really comes into play to just noting how you're feeling. And if you're having those symptoms like a headache or like our stomach problems, noticing those and noticing what could be causing those is stress, and what in my life right now is particularly stressful is going to help you get to the root cause instead of just trying to mask it with something else. Mask it with eating half a chocolate cake, or mask it by, something unhealthy, maybe alcohol or medication or drugs. So I just wanted to make sure that stress management is part of your overall health management, and wanted to make sure that I gave you some resources to help. This is something that obviously I feel passionate about for the aging population, but it's something that I apply in my life today in my 40s. And I feel like as soon as you can create a routine that helps you manage stressful situations, the better you are the older you get. So thanks so much for joining me in my vlog today. This is a new setting. I'm actually visiting my parents, so I get to film this week's episode at their house. I hope you'll join me next week for another episode of 52 Weeks Older and Wiser. And I would love it if you would share this video with friends and family that you feel might benefit from the message. And make sure that you click subscribe so that you can be updated each week when I release a new video. Thanks.